Hey YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. How y'all doing today? I'm back here with another installment of my YouTube videos. And today we're going to start off again with another word of the day. This one is kind of a weird one that I've never heard before. Macabre. And it means gruesome and horrifying. And it perfectly ties into the subject matter that I want to talk about today. That is really, I think I've touched upon it a little bit in some of my other videos, but the organ harvesting in China it's out of control. They're taking people straight off the streets that are alive and are just going in for a routine checkup, and they're taking them and harvesting their organs, and then their people's families are going to check them out in the morgue, and they're looking at them and their bodies that have been in the freezer for whatever 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. They're touching the family members and they're still warm, and so that's just kind of the levels that they're going to with these people. That and if you don't follow their orders, they're throwing you in a labor camp. So it's some real serious shit that's going on there that we're just allowing to happen. And they have these murder vans basically that they're picking people up on the side of the street, and they're picking people up on the side of the street, and they're putting them in these ambulances or these organ harvesting ambulances, and they're taking them out, and they're harvesting these people's organs while they're alive. And it actually came to me in a dream, probably I don't know a few weeks ago, where I actually saw a vision of the actual device that they're using, and it basically is like a spider-looking object that has knives, and it's all robotic, and it grabs onto your chest, rips you open, and it'll pull whatever piece out that they want to harvest, and ultimately leaving you there dead on the table. So this shit is really real, and we're not you don't really hear much about it on the mainstream news or anywhere in articles. It's more of the impeach Trump garbage that they're pushing, and really I'm just you know I'm fixing my hair because obviously I live in America. I don't have that much to worry about. My life is pretty well put together. I'm safe over here. There's some stuff that I got to worry about, but not too much that I can still worry about fixing my hair while I speak of these poor people in China that are getting their organs harvested, their family members. These families are getting ripped apart, and it's really disgusting, and it's macabre, as they say, which was the word of the day, and it's very gruesome and horrifying, and we need to do something. We need to send the Chinese people our love and our prayers, and maybe a little bit of initiative ideas that some of those ambulances that are taking people and harvesting them, that are taking them against their will, naturally, obviously, because nobody's going to give their lungs and their heart and all their organs that they need to live. To maybe a certain person would give a kidney or whatever to pay for their family or what have you, whatever situation they've been in. I'm sure there's people in America that do that as well. But yeah, we need the Chinese people out there to maybe start their own gang up that drives around, and there's people that have their Achilles cut and they're left out on the street, and if you try and help them, they take you and put you in forced labor camp. So we need some Chinese initiative, maybe band together over there, get some ambulances, and help the people out that are crawling around on the street because they've had their Achilles cut, and maybe get them into their own ambulance, and give them proper care and nurse them back to health. And I know that if they start to do that and try to do that, that God will protect them, and they don't have much to worry about as long as they do it in God's name, and they'll have God's protection because they are trying to actually serve and help the people. And yeah, so I know it's a tricky situation out there right now, and whether it be Hong Kong or any of the other massive parts of China, they have these rings going around everywhere, picking people up and and harvesting their organs. It's a joke and it's sickening. And the fact that we're allowing it to happen in our world is it's unhumane. And this is kind of a staple of our society nowadays. Every action that is really happening seems to be unhumane, and these people are just. It's a tough situation to be in for, I'm sure, these people's families, and I'm sure a lot of their families that have tried to get away, they've come to America, and it's probably tough for them to be involved because they fear for their own life here. They don't want to speak out here because they see which way our country even is divided as it is, what way that it's going, and they see all the evils that surround them, and they don't want to necessarily speak out about it because they fear for their family's lives back home and for theirs here. So that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and speak for them, and that's what I'm just trying to do. I'm trying to speak for the people that don't have a voice. I'm trying to be the people who don't have a voice, and yeah. So it's a pretty brutal world out there, and there's a lot of evil, but there's definitely a lot of good as well, and it's not hard to find the good, and they're really not hard to find the evil, no matter which way you look for it. That's just a thing about life is whatever you're looking for, you're going to find. If you're looking for love, maybe you're not going to find it, but that's a different story for a different day. So pretty much, yeah, it's a rough world out there, but we're out here trying to spread what is actually going on here, and yeah, so I'm gonna just lead into my joke of the day, which is about everybody's favorite CEO, head, founder, William Gates, and I figured out how he figured out the name for his company. He unzipped his pants and he looked down and said, "Damn, that's Microsoft." And right there, there you have it. Micro and soft in Bill Gates' pants. So that's why he's so power and greedy, and he's money hungry, and he's pretty much against all good things that are out here in the world to be had. He's a satanic ritualist. He really doesn't surf with the right crowd, and it's pretty disgusting and despicable that these people that are out here that go unprosecuted for what for the actions that they've made and the reactions that they've caused. So that's the thing about life. Every action has an opposite and equal reaction. That's a little physics knowledge for you college folk out there, maybe possibly tuning in here, or whoever is tuning in. So yeah, feel free to like this, subscribe, I don't know, leave a comment. I don't think I've gotten any of those yet, just a handful of views, but that's all good. We're a growing channel. We're going to keep doing our thing because I enjoy it and it's fun, and it makes me happy that I can, maybe spread a little knowledge of real world shit that's actually going on. And yeah, so that was today's video about a little bit of organ harvesting and the abuse that the Chinese have been put under, and a little tidbit about Bill Gates' little penis. I thought that was a funny little joke. I kind of came up with that one the other day just while I was driving. That's when most of my bright ideas come to my head is when I'm driving, and you're not really worried about anything else. You might not be listening to music, but you just let your brain flow on its own, people. That's a little tablet of advice that I can give to you. It's turn the cell phones off, turn the music off, let your brain operate under its own normal conditions, because that's part of the problem with our society. We flood our brains with all this nonsense on our phones, and yeah, there is some good uses, obviously, staying in touch with family and doing that kind of stuff. If you need directions, you go use Bill Gates's and whoever Google's fucking founder is, their maps on their phone, so you can get to wherever you think you must be or must need to be. Yeah, so that was just a little clip today. I've been trying to disconnect from my phone as much as possible and still stay in the loop of what's kind of going on in the world. I've seen that in California. There's getting some pretty brutal wildfires out there, which is obviously not great for the people that's homes that could and will be affected. But now at least the trees that are burning down out there will be able to see all the cell phone towers out there and what exactly is a real tree and what is not a real tree. So there you go. That's my little video for today. Talk to y'all later. God bless. One love.